Isn't that a plot point? People complaining that the rain hasn't come yet? I'm gonna check again because I don't remember if this guy's stock replenishes at midnight or in the morning. Although I guess I don't have much money. I think I remember there being a plot. They were talking about spring coming, I think, not the rain. No, he doesn't. He does not restock. I think he was talking about spring coming, not the rain, when it comes to the concerns that are happening right now. Don't suppose this could cure my thirst. Be very nice. Hey, if I die one more time, we'll get to find out. We'll get to see all the new dead people in the dead place. Silver linings, I guess. Honestly, I'm kind of relieved that the game ripped the band-aid off and took the Taya quest from me. Because I kept trying, and it was just hurting me over and over again. Ogimski's dead. Was he mentioned in that sequence? Oh, there's dark spots where all of the village, all the people have died in town. Both the Stamatons, Isidore, Stock. Yep. Both the Sabarovs, one Stamaton. Only two Canes remain. One that I'm explicitly protecting and one that seems to be able to avoid sickness on his own. That's a good detail how the map turns gray with all the dead spots. I always like rain effects. Oh, look at that. All the puddles everywhere. Oh, I like the rainy version of this town. This is nice. After what we've been going through, rain is just so relaxing. At this point, I think I'm relaxed. It's the final day, and we need to decide the polyhedron. But I think I'm just relaxed from... How do you put it? How so many of the stakes are gone, I guess? We're late enough in the story that so much is decided already. I've gone through like 50 hours probably of continuous indecision and fear and concern as every single thing I do turns out to be the wrong thing and so on. But now I just have to live with all the shit I already did. I have one objective basically today, which is to make sure the polyhedron's destroyed so that we can make the panacea, which is currently the courier quest. And it's just a singular point on the map, not 500 scattered things. I've already finished the process of succeeding or failing various children or factions, and now it's behind me. For better or for worse. And there's rain. It's good to have rain. If the sand pest is truly sand related, wetting everything down seems like a good way to get all that shit out of the air. And then you have the fires. There's a lot of things that could be improved by a good rain right about now. I also didn't really help Block, did I? So this faction's also not run by Block anymore. These... Oh, that's an interesting little pyramid you got there. I thought they were floating for a second there. General Block is once again in control of the troops. No Lungen's people here. This will not be discussed. We leave at 10. This will not be discussed either. So what do you want? Has a courier been here, carrying papers? 3 couriers have been here, but they all missed the general, so they went out into the town to look for him. Where is he, the general? He went out to restore order. Lungen's people had 3 outposts in town, so he could be at any one of them. So the couriers went after him, and they split up? I guess. Lungen's men had 3 outposts, that's all I know. I'll go look for them then. However it goes with the rebels, our train departs today at 2200. Those are our orders. So the bombardment's off? Depends on who wins. I've heard that half the officers want to pay this wretched town back, but the general would rather avoid it. Or perhaps it's the other way around. Who knows? In any case, we're leaving at 10. Well, there is a structure it would make sense to flatten. There's the miracle argument about how the polyhedron's so special and significant that it's sad to break it. Which is true, although we're in a rough situation. The army leaves at 22 o'clock. If they have the Inquisitor's orders, they'll make the shot. Otherwise, they'll likely just leave. The courier is looking for General Block. He could be in any of the remaining zones of conflict. Oh boy. Well, one of them's the closest, so I guess that's where we'll start. Incredible wonders are worth preserving, but there's limits to the value of those things versus human life. It just comes to mind that, like, the Notre Dame burning down was sad, but if there was some contrived situation where destroying the Notre Dame was the only way to save everyone in Paris, it would be really absurd to preserve the Notre Dame at the cost of the entire city. And that's kind of what this is. The arguments towards preserving the polyhedron. What bothers me a little bit is just the idea of bleeding out the city. Bleeding out the organism itself. One would hope to... Normally when somebody donates blood, you don't have to kill the person donating the blood. One would hope there'd be an example we could use where one extracts the stinger of the polyhedron, gets the blood we need, and then puts it back in, so that we can plug the hole and not kill the town while still having enough blood to save everybody, or at least enough people. But it's those kinds of nuances that are usually not an option. Uh-oh, that's not a good sign. Generally speaking, it's always the extremes that survive. Video games like to have the most extreme options be the only options. So you have to pick all the way one way or the other. Bachelor, long time no see. You seem to be in a hall of death. Oh, that's the courier, isn't it?
I was this close to victory.
I think all these plague days have been leading to me doing something like this. I've been accused of all sorts of crimes, but I was innocent. There were rumors that I was a looter, that I walked around with a revolver killing people. I guess I had to prove them right. Did you do it? Yes. He was delivering Aglaya's papers to the soldiers. Her orders. Exactly. And he would have done it too. Stubborn. Devoted. Selfless. Like all of us. September is heady this year, as you people like to say. Then why? The army is leaving, dragging their ungodly cannons with them. The general needs to make one final shot. He is loath to shoot people, but something must be destroyed. And I won't let them shoot the polyhedron. I'll do anything within my power to stop it. It's the only living thing around here, if you think about it. You know, you would know, Oinan. Shifting the boundary between death and life is, like, your whole shtick, isn't it? Why are you here? Where are the papers? Why do you want them? I have my own plans for my hometown. See the ashes over there, on the floor? Barely managed to do it before you arrived. Smart of me to burn them rather than eat them, I think. You're a surgeon. You would have dug it all out of my gut. I would have. This town is the only valuable thing around here. Perhaps all 300 years of this wretched town's history happened just so that this flower could bloom atop this pile of shit. "300 years. It's much older. Several thousand, maybe. The abattoir has been its head since time immemorial. Once, maybe, but now the abattoir has become the town's putrid ass. The head is elsewhere. The head is what we must preserve. What for? I'll tell you. I will. The way I tell a close, intimate friend. I've ever told you about my Thanatica. I've heard it was shut down by the government. I can't share the details. We don't have time. And anyway, you'd have to be me. And live there 2 weeks in my head on my shoulders to notice and realize all that I have. Trust me, destroying the tower would delay our triumph over death indefinitely. I don't care about the outside world. We have to sacrifice the tower so that my town can live, and give birth to more towers like this one in the future. You hear me, Emshen? I hear you. Loud and clear. But you're an idiot, Artemy Burakh. A skilled surgeon, maybe, but a lousy doctor. And a terrible player as well. You waste your final move sucking the poison from the wound when you could have strangled the snake once and for all. You heard me loud and clear. That's our rare hint at what's going on. That the Changeling and the Bachelor have both been competing doctors, running around, doing their own things for the last 10 days. And they've come to completely different conclusions and had completely different methods all along. They've had a completely different campaign, and their endings are about different goals as a result. And we all think that each other are idiots for trying to do the dumb thing that we're trying to do. And we're just getting in the way of their solutions. Because we all came in with different goals in the first place and have discovered different things along the way. It's one of the really cool things about this. It's also simulated somewhat by the tabletop game, which I've unfortunately only had the chance to play once. It's a tough sell. Are you really blocking that entire path over there? I can get around it. Playing the tabletop game is a tough sell. Because it's harder to get people invested in the idea of the world if they haven't played the game already. The video game. And it's a very complicated board game that takes a long time. It's a bit of an experience trying to get anyone to play it. And now I've got some distance between me and the people I played most of tabletop games with, just geographically. But we'll see. Maybe I'll get a chance to run it again sometime. But in that game, it's a 4-player game where 3 of you play as the 3 doctors, and 1 of you plays as the Plague. The Plague is playing as a stealth character who uses a notebook to invisibly control where the Plague is going and what it's doing, so it's not on the board, so you can't see it. And the doctors are all trying to fight the Plague, and they'll have different methods, and they're all directly in conflict with each other the entire game. And they have their own lists of bound, just like in this game. A lot of the mechanics translated rather interestingly into it. But our first game we played, we failed. Every single bound on every single person's list all died. And the entire city was emptied. And the game ended with several terms of Notkin just alone in the city, essentially running in circles trying to find any escape from the plague that was single-mindedly chasing him and only him until he perished. Yeah, so I've done better than that in this run, as it turns out, although Notkin might die specifically still. Funny that. I guess my gloves just wore out. Did I just get through? Yay, I got through the plague area without having to take another immunity. At least for now. So one of my quests is where is Aglaia? So let's take a look to see if she's in here. If nothing else, it gives me a chance to save after running across town. Especially before I go into these places where the two factions are supposed to be fighting each other. I'd rather not get killed if that's a possibility. Prompter. So it's not Aglaia's shadow this time. As you should know, lateness leads to darkness, Burakh, but worry not. I have a lantern here for you. Am I late? I'll shine a light for you. If you do not believe your eyes, I'll make you see the stage is clear. Where's the Inquisitor? I thought you'd never ask. Her cataclysmic majesty would like the army band to play her tune. She sent 3 copies of her songbook on the backs of 3 couriers, and then moved on ahead to conduct this choir herself. Enough with the comedy, where is she? You'll find the maester in the town hall. The town will shake from root to root when mighty trumpets ring the air. What concert? The Symphony of the Falling Tower. He's destroying the polyhedron? Bravo, bravo. Huh. I don't know why we were surprised. I think the Bachelor already knew that. Probably just not conditional dialogue, so it's there to fill you in if you aren't caught up with what's happening. Alright, so I've saved, which was my main goal. I think she's gonna show up. She's probably gonna show up at the town hall after I track down the courier and have the note. Because I was already there a moment ago and she wasn't there. So maybe she'll show up once I track down which courier has the note and what happened to them. But yeah, I definitely wanted to save before I came here, because for all I know, it might still be an active battlefield when I get to one of the locations. Or I might find the wrong faction to be there and they might attack me. And while I do welcome one more death just to see all the people that I've failed one more time, I'm not in a hurry to die over and over again or to replay progress. So many corpses. What happened here? Where's the courier? One of the couriers was killed by Dankovsky to save the polyhedron. His reasons are his own. He doesn't know how the world works, but maybe the polyhedron should survive. Maybe it deserves to. Oh, changeling. I guess this is fitting, huh? I get to visit both of you one last time. Do I not have blood? There we go. What have you accomplished, changeling, in this run? How has your 2 weeks been?
I had a sister once. I recall a girl as little as me when I was little myself.
Don't judge anyone. Don't punish anyone. What happened here? There was a fight. The commander's soldiers cornered a group of mutineers, demanded they lay down their arms. The mutineers began to shout. Look, all those wounds are from bullets. I was following the general, heard the shooting, came here, tried to heal them. I have a healing touch, didn't you know? What an amazing act of healing. There must be at least 12 corpses here. I've failed utterly. I think I've lost all my powers. Why? I don't know. Tell me, who are you? I'm a child of God. God reveals himself to people by my hands. Are you sure it's not the devil? I don't know anything anymore. My faith is gone. I used to be so firm, and people believed in me too. No one doubted my sainthood. But now, I'm just not sure. Have you really been saving people? How many have you cured? Over the course of, what, 11 days? 300 or so. I haven't counted, but today I couldn't heal anyone. I was late. 300? But you can save so many more. You have the panacea. Not yet. Not yet, but you figured it out, haven't you? You know how to make the cure. You're right. I know what to do. And for that I need to find a courier carrying orders from the Inquisitor. Have you seen him? You mean the one in the water over there? He didn't drown. He was shot, too. Otherwise I could have. What, in the water? So the papers are destroyed. Are they important, those papers? They were meant to persuade the general to fire in the right direction. You know what you need to do, don't you? I can tell you do. You said so yourself. I'll spill rivers of blood, as was foretold. All Burakhs break bones, rend tissue, and vivisect still living organisms. The Burakh must spill blood. You said it yourself. You know what you have to do, so do it. Such is your fate. I guess that's the only way to overcome it. Acceptance and understanding. Without understanding, you would be enslaved by it, but now, you might actually master it. And life will continue. And there will be a future. You'll do it, won't you? I will. And one more thing. In a moment, a group of soldiers will come here. If they see you, they'll shoot. They're not bad people, it's just how it is. Don't attack them, alright? I'll deal with them myself. It's going to be fine. No one has to die. If you leave this place quietly. And what exactly will you do? Read for them from your good book? No. No, I didn't pre-check where that was ending. Are they coming for you? It's all because of me. I've done that to them, but they won't hurt me. Please, if there's a sliver of trust in you, just leave. You can't talk to them. There's no other solution, only fight or flight. There's no need to spill more blood. We'll see. Frankly, I can't fight them, and I know that, so let's just be honest about that part. Oh shit, they're coming from that side. And that side. Shit. Am I free? Shit. Shit. Fuck. No. I was right to save. I cannot fight soldiers. They have fucking rifles. This might be the path. This might be the way out. Whew. I cannot take them. I can't take most individual enemies, let alone two or an army. Alright, Clara, good luck. Or Changeling, or both, or neither. God, that's always a hell of a split to try to keep track of, is who you're even, which one it even is. If that is my last interaction with Clara, that is the most heart-to-heart and straightforward and human and understandable she's ever been in like either game. Because by the end of the last game, she was speaking entirely in abstract ideas and just about how I'm an idiot, but also refusing to in any way communicate what she wanted me to do if what I was doing was so wrong. No, not even an attempt at understanding. Whereas here, not only is she straightforward-ish, she's even encouraging me to fulfill my fate. Even seems to see me as the solution. She seems to have lost her way and her power, and now is relying on me to be the only one to make the right choice, if there is one at all. Whereas the Bachelor refuses to see any other way than his. He values the polyhedron's survival above all else, and it's all that matters. I have not saved, but here's hoping they don't just shoot me. I imagine I talked to him. Halt! Okay, okay. Show me your hands. Calm down, officer. I'm a doctor too. I'm the doctor. What do you want? You're a doctor? There's more at all? I thought they didn't bring any doctors with this group, specifically. A courier must have come here with papers for General Block. There a stone. Looks like a bird's beak. That's where the fighting moved to. Now, civilian, 3 steps back and march. It's called Crowstone. And calm down, okay? Everything's gonna be fine. Oh. One courier was caught in a crossfire between soldiers and mutineers. I can follow the traces of the fight. Hope for the best, I suppose? I'm not wrong. What I said before is still kind of holding true. It is kind of things have gotten kind of relaxing. I really am. Like, I'm gonna have one final big decision, I suppose, which is whether or not to follow through with delivering these papers, if I can find them, and making them blow up the polyhedron. But for a while here, I'm just kind of in a stasis of... There are not a lot of pressures on me right now. Yeah, I need to deal with this, though. There we go. Stop the exhaustion from eating away at me. Where are they? So we need to get this going as fast as possible. I need them to shoot sooner because they're leaving at 22 o'clock. I can't have them shoot it to 22 o'clock. I need the living blood before then. I have to have the living blood early enough that... I have to have the living blood early enough that I can brew it for 4 hours. And we're in the last 11 hours before midnight. Before it rolls the dice and tries to kill them again. Let's get going. Oh crap. Oh, it's this place. Got a smoke? Say, did a civilian come through here with papers for the general? For the general? Maybe. The general's in the town. Look for him there. Where exactly? The fighting moved toward the factory and ended there, I guess. Don't worry, soldier. You'll survive. Maybe. Is the sandpox really transmitted by thought? Heard about that? Just wash your hands and only drink water that's been boiled. I should not be picking these. I should be leaving. I should be leaving. In the correct direction also. Minor details. I don't have any water? I do have water. We're in a hurry. I can justifiably drink water right now. One courier died in a shootout. Demolish the polyhedron, spill rivers of blood, make enough panacea for everyone. This is the only way to grant the town a future. One courier was caught in a crossfire between soldiers and mutineers. I think I found someone who might know his fate. Okay, now I can't drink any more water, though. Because I need them for the panacea. Oh, wait, no, you brew the tinctures with the blood for the panacea. Okay, so my water's fine. I can drink whatever water I want to keep my stamina meter longer. Hunger. But eating will make my thirst proceed again. Let's let my thirst degrade more. My hunger's not full yet. I can sleep for 4 hours when it's time to brew the panacea. Until then, I'd prefer not to. There's a gate here. Part of me is just like, hey, if I open the right box, maybe there'll be a schmouter. I was gonna be mad that I gave the changeling the schmouter that one time because it seemed to accomplish nothing. And it would have saved one of the kids. But that was based on the idea that I was gonna have one kid in danger. It seems like I need the living blood regardless if I want to save everybody. Wait, where is that? Oh, the bar.